no way I can begin to tell you of the respect, admiration, and friendship I feel for our President Bob Gates. He's the best, and I'm very proud to have served with him in the government, and very proud to be working with him here at A&M. Let me start by thanking David Kipp and the chorus for the wonderful music. I thought it was live, but they tell me it was taped in here somewhere. So I'll take back a few of the thanks, but nevertheless, it was good music. Jackson Hildebrand for his invocation. Of course, I want to thank John White and the Board of Regents who do so much for this university. Charles Ellison and the Association of Former Students, and to salute our honorees. These are very special commitments here today, special awards to these very special people, their commitment to excellence and their inspiring example. But most of all, I want to thank the broke and happy parents up there. And the graduates for teaching and reaching the proud moment of achievement in your lives. And to all the parents here, Barbara and I put 5 kids through college, and though college tuition back then was kinder and gentler a generation ago, let me nevertheless quote my successor, President Bill Clinton, in saying, "I feel your pain." Put a kid through school, and today the parents and grandparents here have as much to celebrate as our graduates, and you've raised wonderful sons and daughters and given them every chance to succeed in life. For years, you picked your kids up when life gave them a bad bounce. You reined them in when they wandered off the path of righteousness, and you celebrated their triumphs, the big successes like today, and the little everyday life victories as well. I wanted to pause and dwell on the parents because I hope graduation day gives you the satisfaction that you have earned. And as for our graduates, you've earned your way to this proud moment as well. Before I give you a little unsolicited advice, let me ask you to do something you've already done. Right now, I want the class of 2006 to stand up and give those parents and grandparents and other porters the standing ovation that they rightly deserve. Let's go up there for you guys. That's enough for me. Today's graduates, let me say that though I will be 82 years old in 31 days. Believe it or not, I was a college graduate once, and I remember the excitement that I felt on that very special day. I couldn't wait to get out in the world and make my way. This year, in fact, marks 58 years since I left college, left the Navy 3 years before that, left college, in the life I had previously known back east, and came out to Texas in a red Studebaker to live, to work, and follow my own dreams. We started in Odessa, Texas, and it was an exciting time for Barbara and me, and our only child at the time, who today is the 43rd President of the United States. Starting out. So it was a time when the possibilities seemed so endless, like the West Texas sky itself. Let me give you a little early advice. I didn't know what I wanted to be. I knew I had to get out and make a living, having been in service and been in school all the time. But I went west, started a new life. Many, many things happened since then. So you don't have to know exactly what you want to be when you leave this wonderful campus. I don't want to get going on too many war stories here, but like many of you who will soon be moving into the apartments or homes, Barbara and I also shared our first home, a duplex in Odessa with a 38-year-old mother and her 20-year-old daughter. This is a family event, so let me simply say that 2 ladies had a steady stream of male friends coming over to see them, all hours of the day, and regrettably, night. Did I mention that we shared the bathroom with these guys? But anyway, frequently, this is a true story, our neighbors and their guests would lock us out of the bathroom inadvertently. And we'd have to pound on the door. Just a minute, she would shout back, and back she'd come, and she was not a very charming person, but not altogether unfriendly, if you know what I mean. The point is, it was a broadening experience. Here comes Barbara Bush out of Rye, New York, and me out of my cloistered environment in Greenwich, Connecticut. And except for the Navy, it was cloistered, because there my eyes were open and I learned so much about life. And you're knocking on the door, your own bathroom, hoping some lady of ill repute lets you in. I hope all of you guys have a smoother start in your post-college lives. But more than that, however, I also wish your lives to be filled with challenge and wonder. We only got one life, so make yours matter. Make it interesting. Stretch yourself, test yourself, challenge yourself, and in the process you'll discover yourself. Enjoy the ride, but help others along as well. I truly believe in this concept of being one of 1,000 points of light. Remember those who came before you and what they did for you, and then do your part to leave this a better place for those who will follow in your footsteps. Now that means getting off the sidelines, staking a personal claim in your country, your state, or your community. Doesn't have to be running for office. Doesn't have to involve politics in any way, though I still believe, in spite of the scandals we read about, that politics is a noble calling. But find a way to be of service to others. I got more out of a kid, out of being one of the founders of the YMCA in Midland, Texas, back in 1952, than almost anything else I've done in my life. We did something positive. We didn't change the world, just a small corner of it. But we helped a lot of great kids by doing it. So I encourage you to do the same thing right here in Texas or wherever your life leads you. Most of all, I hope your lives will be marked by love, friendship. Lord knows, regardless of who you are or where you come from, heartbreak and hardship finds its way to every door. It'll be your family and friends who see you through the hard time. I was President of the United States, and yet I can tell you that there's nothing more important than your family and your friends. Take time to be a good friend. Take time to be a good friend to those who've been there for you. And if you start a family, no matter how busy you become, make time for your spouse and your children. If Barbara were here, she'd say, read to your kids. It's the best way to keep them out of trouble and the best way to strengthen our country. Recognize they truly are a gift from God, even when your kids shoot Coca-Cola all over the kitchen ceiling. Not that I'm speaking from experience on that one, but do these things, dear graduates. And I cannot promise you riches or power or fame, but I can promise you something much more meaningful. I can promise you will lead a life that matters, a life that remains in the hearts of those around you. And I can promise you'll make a difference with the time given to you on this great earth of ours. Many of you were here a few weeks back, when we honored Billy Graham, my dear friend of many years, honored him for his lifetime of public service. And I'd like to close with something Billy said years ago that still resonates for me. He said, time is the capital we've been given by God to invest wisely. So the question is, where do we invest it? God calls us to invest our time capital in the very lives of people, not in projects, not in possessions. I can't add too much to that except to say that as you pull up the anchor and set sail on the open seas of life, Barbara and I wish you fair winds and following seas. You got a terrific head start in life by attending this fantastic university. You owe it to yourselves and those who have helped you along the way to get out there. This life, give everything this life that you've got. Once an Aggie, always an Aggie. So get out there and make us all proud. May God bless you in the lives ahead. Thank you very, very much.